Thanks a lot for the invitation. Thank you very much for all of you being here. If you have any questions during the talk, just feel free to ask. I try to keep it as open as possible to get a little bit of discussion and not just at the end. Just a few words about Komoot. It's founded at the Technical University Berlin in 2010 by basically these 6 guys here. One is also here in the audience. We get several business plan awards and stuff like this. Founded them in the end of 2010, and we just now we are crossing the 1 million downloads just in Germany. We are a team of 15 people, and basically we are looking for more. So if you have a question in this direction, feel free to ask afterwards, or just contact us. What we are talking about, hopefully everyone had this or the last weekend, is there's hopefully more sunny weekends. You want to go out, you want to enjoy nature, you want to go cycling, you want to go hiking. Maybe you've heard about the Spreewald, stuff like this. But actually it's quite difficult. What we always try to do is have a look at maps, have a look at the information from the user's point of view, because this is really important to be not that fascinated about the data, the possibilities and stuff like this, but really go through the use case and think about the weekend. Where can I go? What can I do? What can we do at the sunny weekend? And we try to build this project or this task as big as possible. So in Germany, we have quite a lot of outdoor enthusiasts. When you count them together, of all the people going hiking 4, 5, 6 times a year, you get quite an impressive number, 50 million people, more than having cars. And they want to go out at the sunny weekend. And presumably not always the same spot, the same tour they did all the last time. But simply enjoying nature currently is not that easy. I mean, how do you get the information? Where do you get great recommendations where to go? Maybe you know the Lab, but I mean, this tour you did 3 times now. Where can I go with my mountain bike in Berlin? What possibilities do I have? Maybe you know the Spreewald, but can I go cycling there with my road racing bike? Is it worth going there with family? How long does it take? All these questions. You can go to a bookstore, yes, fine. Sunday, no. You can search the web tracking platforms a lot. The quality of data there is pretty low, time consuming but possible. Maybe I told you when you visit the Allgäu, you should go to the Gründen. How far is it? How long does it take? Can I do it with my family? Should I do it alone? Mountain bike? Yes, no. No ideas. And currently, especially outdoor navigation is something for professionals. So you need this Garmin device, maybe a compass, and the maps are, most of the time hard to read. We did it at the beginning of when we started Komoot, a small study. I'm from Austria. We asked tourists in the town to show us on the map, typical hiking map, where we are sitting at the moment. Where are we? And 90% couldn't tell where are we right at the moment. So navigation in the outdoors is a hard job for most people. And as we've seen before, you have all the smart devices out there with maps, with maybe navigation on it, internet connection, and in principle you all get the hardware. And we made it to our mission to make the great outdoor experiences applicable and reachable for everyone, always and wherever they are. So that's our main task. For many years, we had this map. This is a screenshot of a typical topographic map for outdoor activities. I myself use it to cross the Alps, so there wasn't a tour planner crossing the Alps when I did it. And it works perfectly, but it's not the cleverest way to simply take it and put it on a smartphone. And there are several reasons one can do a lot more with data and with information one can do on this map, one can do with these maps. They have some huge drawback. When you look at them, they are really, really crowded. I mean, there's tons of information, I think even for horses. I've seen a horse there. There are some winter tours on. What do the green lines mean? Tons of information, and as I told you, most people can't read it. And they have another drawback: you cannot zoom them. On the typical devices, that's a simple and easy drawback. On a typical device, you cannot zoom it. Some of these maps are really beauty that they put the zoomable print map on it. We developed our own, and for what we developed our own map style. So we really got into the maps and tried to discover what information does which user need at which zoom level. So when we go to the overview, you get something like this, and you might think, oh, it's like Google Maps. And we at the beginning thought, yeah, that's bullshit. I mean, why do we need all this Bundesstraßen and stuff like this? But we then figured, why are there not the very, very important mountains on it? The reason is quite simple. If you do it and emphasize the important mountains and stuff like this, you cannot orient on the map. You simply don't recognize where are you on an overview. You then don't get the map because you remember special shapes, special. If you look at Germany from an outdoor perspective, the most important hiking path, you wouldn't recognize that it's Germany if there are not the borders on it, if you don't see the autobahn and recognize where's Munich and stuff like this. So that's some important stuff we figured out there. Zooming in, we get a lot of information in this topographic map, but still it's overcrowded. I mean, all the information is put on this one layer. And if I ask you the question, where can we go mountain biking? It's presumably hard to answer for most of us. If you're really, really into the map and the map style and know how exactly to read it. We always try to get a map as clean as possible to reduce information that is mainly for orientation. And what we do then is to separate the information so that you have some information in the map and some additional information. For example, if you think about all the different difficulty levels one knows. So for hiking maps, you can know all the difficulty. If you talk about Berlin, maybe as a road racing, for road racing, you want to know where's the cobblestone. Because I mean, you want to avoid it if you go cycling and then it's 2 kilometers cobblestone. It's not that funny or far away. Where are all the sand paths? I mean, if you put all this information in the map, it's important information for some groups. But if you put it all in, then you won't be able to read it at all. So what we do is we try to separate the information and make it useful. So on the map we have just the width and the size of the path. And now if you plan, for example, hiking, we tell you what is the characteristic of this path and what is really the pavement of the path. And then we have all these great possibilities we just get with digital data and the richer interface than just a paper map. So you have this overlay, so now you see exactly what is the pavement that is and where are the hard parts. You know, you see it in the altitude, in the height profile. You see it on the map, and you can choose which of this information you want to know. So going digital from a typical paper map point of view, you have the ability to separate information and put information in a context where you really need it. So for road racing, you want to know where's cobblestone. For normal biking, you want to know where's sand. It's not that important for hiking, and now you can shift it. Yes.
What are you doing if there is kind of main road to connect some sand paths? Do you need these main roads for finishing this trip? And you said they're like you're hiding this kind of stuff. How do you solve these problems?
So
there's like 2 parts and they're connected by a main road. You said you want to avoid this main road, but there is necessary for this beautiful hiking path that you have to go there for 500 meters.
Yeah, so we have our own routing engine, so you can plan it to it, and we always weigh different parts of the possible route you do, and we do a reasoning. So, for example, for hiking, we try to avoid it maybe because there is a possibility to go 200 meters extra. For road racing, maybe we choose it. So it's a weighing we do during the routing, depending on the user profile. So we have different routing algorithms, whether you're hiking, whether you're road racing, whether you're normal cycling, whether you do mountain biking, whether you do advanced mountain biking, and so on, forth and so on. And you will see it in the map. I mean, either you see it directly because it's a big yellow line, or we tell you on the left part that you have 2% Bundesstraße. And that's how we transport the information. Now we have this great big screen, but we were talking about smartphones. So there comes an additional part that the smartphone has a small screen, and you want to get the information about the possible tour as quick as possible. So there we separate the information in different screens. So here, for example, you see the tour overview you get when you see a tour. And what we do is we get a small map. This is just basically that the user feels familiar where it is, what it is. He doesn't recognize that much. But then we generate how difficult the tour is. So we tell you here it's a medium difficulty. We give a reasoning whether it's on technical difficulty or whether it's due to your fitness. So that's an additional reasoning. We tell you again the characteristic and the pavement, and additionally we give you impressions along the path. And there's one thing that is quite different to Martin we saw before. We try to aggregate as much data as possible and do reasoning on it, and not that we try to get as much partners in, which then we have to convince that they do it. We do planning on a map base, and these are also not complete tracks provided by someone or anything. Always when you plan something on Komoot, it's completely generated. So like the route planner going from A to B, we do for 3 hour circles for cycling. That's the reason why we can provide it from your hometown or your housing or anywhere else.
On what data do you base that? On OpenStreetMap data or?
A huge part is OpenStreetMap data. We get additional the NASA altitude levels inside. We include Wikipedia. For example, if you click on all these nice points of interest, you get Wikipedia information. You see the pictures are panoramic. We include some partner data from tourism destinations and stuff like this. And also we're going to the smart coordinate part where we include the user data so that we get additional information how users really use it, how fast are they, and stuff like this. And yeah, basically the technology is to bring this all together and then have a routing on it for cycling, hiking, and so on.
Do you process these data manually or do you have algorithms?
So we do nothing manually.
Do you prefer routes users have already chosen in the past?
So
routes
far
that
not.
weren't chosen, for example?
So far not.
No?
But this is on the road. Okay. So the additional challenge is to get it all on the smartphone. It's one advantage with the routing we just had, that you can customize tours, you can add points of interest, you can add different paths where you really want to go or where you want to meet a friend also. And one big advantage is that when you do routing, you really can do turn-by-turn voice navigation with all the tracks which are shared, or if you find on a platform, you can do this. So we also provide turn-by-turn voice navigation during your hiking, and this has an incredible advantage. It's mainly the advantage of battery power. If you use the smartphone with at sunlight and you have to look at it all the time. It quite sucks the battery, you have 2 hours or something. When you use it with firmware voice navigation and really keep it in your backpack, it stays on for 6 hours. So that's the main advantage. Besides that, you can enjoy nature and don't have to look all the time on your smartphone. Yeah, so at GeoMonday we try, I didn't talk about the recommendation, tackle the whole user experience. As I told you, at a sunny weekend you want to go out, give you recommendations where to go, give you all the information, how difficult it is, can I do it with a mountain bike, stuff like this, and the navigation during the path. And with this, I want to say thank you and hope you have further questions.